Young lady right there. Right, you. Yes, you.
Hi, my name is Fatima, and my question is, do you think signing the TTIP agreement will have a negative impact on the EU due to the standards of regulation enforced?
For those of you who are not aware, TTIP, as we call it, is the trade deal that is being negotiated between the United States and the European Union. We haven't gotten it done yet. The truth is that the United States and Europe already have enormous amounts of trade. But there's still barriers that exist that prevent businesses and individuals that are providing services to each other to be able to do so seamlessly. And if we are able to get this deal done, it's estimated that it will create millions of jobs and billions of dollars of benefits on both sides of the Atlantic. But getting trade deals done is tough because each country has its own parochial interests and factions, and in order to get a trade deal done, each country has to give something up. So it's a time-consuming process. And people right now are especially suspicious of trade deals because trade deals feel as if they are accelerating some of these globalizing trends that have weakened labor unions and allow for jobs to be shipped to low-wage countries. And some of the criticism in the past of trade deals are legitimate. Sometimes they have served the interests of large corporations and not necessarily of workers in the countries that participate in them. But we've just gone through this exercise between the United States and Asia, where we organized a large regional trade deal with 11 countries. And part of the argument that I'm making in the United States is that the answer to globalization and income inequality and lack of wage growth is not to try to pull up the drawbridge and shut off trade. The idea is to make sure that in these trade deals we are embedding standards and values that help lift workers' rights and help lift environmental standards and help fight against things like human trafficking and child labor. And our values should be embedded in how countries trade with each other. So, for example, Vietnam was one of the countries that is part of this Trans-Pacific Partnership. And we said to Vietnam, if you want access to our markets, we understand you have a different political system than us, but if workers have no rights and there's no possibility of organizing labor unions, we're not going to let you sell a bunch of sneakers and T-shirts into our country because by definition you're going to be undercutting the standards of living of folks in our country. And so for the first time, the government of Vietnam has started to change its laws to recognize labor unions. Now, they're still suppressed. Those standards are not where they are in the United States or the UK, but it gives us a lever by which to begin to raise standards all around the world. Now, that's less of an issue between the United States and Europe. Main thing between the United States and Europe is trying to just break down some of the regulatory differences that make it difficult to do business back and forth. Plus making sure those light sockets are all matched up. I mean, those light sockets are really irritating.